Ferris State falls in women's basketball action to number 13 in the country, Michigan Wolverines, here with head coach Kurt Westendorp. Coach, great opportunity to play a team like that. Just talk about the exhibition, how it went for you and your team.
I told him in the circle after the game, I was like, I'll play a game every single day with those people in that circle. I feel like we definitely fought our butts off tonight. And Michigan, we're very outmatched. I think a lot of teams in the country are going to be outmatched at the Division I level when they play Michigan. But you can't just judge it by the scoreboard. You judge it by how well we fought, how well we did some of the things execution-wise that we've been working on. And you have to do those things really well for it to be successful against a team like Michigan. So I think we got up to 58 points on the scoreboard. And if we make a few more free throws, we're maybe approaching 70. So I think we did a lot of good things on both ends of the court, but you just got to take off your hat to Michigan because they're a national championship contender at the Division I level.
Absolutely. And your team especially had some of those opportunities to get the lid off the basket in the first quarter, but just talk about those positive things that you saw competing against a good team like that.
Yeah, I felt like we really moved the basketball well once we got through the half-court pressure. Their full-court pressure gave us fits, and obviously when you have 6'1" and 6'1" trapping you and with some speed that you can't get around, there's people that are open, and we definitely turn the ball over too much, but we're not going to face a press quite like that. We'll face the same scheme, but not the same personnel. So I'm a little disappointed that we didn't handle it quite as well, but in the long run, we'll let that kind of like water off our back, and we'll get moving on. Because when we did get our opportunities, when we moved the ball, I didn't feel like we had any of our shooters looking nervous. I felt like when they caught the ball, they caught it with a purpose. They were ready to shoot the basketball. I know we made quite a few threes in the first half. The second quarter, when we took care of the basketball, we got good shots and we knocked them down. So those are good things for us going forward.
Impactful game for sure, and I know for the fan base, being able to travel to Chrysler to watch you guys play, how much does that mean to you as a head coach, to being able to see your fan base come with you and play a team like this?
Well, it's a great experience for the kids to be able to just say that they went toe-to-toe with Michigan on their home court. They competed with them. I know we didn't get a win, but just to say that you went toe-to-toe with a team like this, to experience this atmosphere. You see it on TV. We're watching these guys play up and down. This is a memory they're going to take with them for the rest of their lives. Hopefully it's a memory that the families are also going to take with them for the rest of their lives, to see their daughters out here, compete against the Wolverines, and they can be really, really proud of how hard they fought.
What's the message in the locker room going into the next week of practice as well, competition coming up next week?
Yeah, we jump right into the deep end. So our first two games were against the number 4 team in the country, and then the number 2 team in the country, and then a Cal PA team that, was nearly a tournament team last year. So we know that this game had to prepare us for those games. This game wasn't just to take pictures, and enjoy the moments. We're going to do those things, but it's also so we can see what we have to improve on and get better, because we're trying some new things with this group, and we're seeing some things that work tonight, and how we have to adjust maybe a little bit better once the defense starts adjusting to us. We as coaches will have to try to find that next adjustment to them with how we're screening and we're cutting, but I feel like we're laying a really good foundation, and we're learning a lot of things about the team, and really we're focused on getting to March. So it's a long way to get to March, and these games are important, but we want to just keep improving as a team game after game after game.
Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, thank you so much.